Try again.
Recorded.
All right. I think we're ready to go, right, John?
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and I hope all of you enjoyed the summer so far. We're about halfway through the summer, maybe a little long, maybe a little less. And so that's a good thing. That means it should be cooling down sometime soon, I hope. Well, we can hope anyway. Okay. So I received a list of items that Barbara wanted me to cover, but I'm going to do something a little bit different because at least for some of you that are here and potentially I don't know who has what type of device, how old your devices are, but most of them will be able to upgrade to the newest iOS release coming out in September. The current rumor right now is that there will be an iPhone event held on September 9th. That's what the rumors are. We don't have that officially, but if that is true, then we should expect that we will get the iOS release on the 16th, which means that by the time that we meet in September, you will have gotten it. So I thought, well, you should kind of be aware of what's coming. And I already have 26 on my phone. And so I thought I would share with you a few of the things that is coming in iOS 26. And that's probably going to take a little while. And then we'll open it up for questions, and I'll go by section here. And where I need to, I will demonstrate things from my device, and you'll be able to hear some of the new features as well. So that will be kind of cool to be able to show you. Okay. Anyone have any questions on that so far?
I have a question.
Yep.
I'm assuming that my phone will receive the update because it's an SE 2020. Is there a way to know for sure?
Let me see. Let me quickly look at something here while I'm chatting here. iPhone SE. Let's see here. Let's see. I think it will. They usually support devices for up to. Yes, iPhone SE will be supported from me,
Okay.
and any iPhone from the 11 on. So
Okay,
so the iPhone 10, 10R, the iPhone 9, iPhone 8, 7, all those guys, they wouldn't be supported.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Yep. So you should be fine. Okay, any other questions? All right, let's get started.
Hello.
Yes, go right
Okay,
ahead.
Shirley, you there?
Yeah, I'm there, John.
Okay, I'm
I'm
gonna cut
sorry,
the
I
mic.
had a call. I lost my email.
All right, no problem. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna cut the mic and let you guys do your thing.
Okay.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions at this point? Okay. Let's start with the changes that you'll see visually. For many of you, this won't apply, but you should at least be aware. They have radically changed the look. And when I say the look, it doesn't mean that the icons and things that are on your home screen change. It's just more of the appearance of what they look like is changing. And this will allow you to have a more vibrant look. There's also more control for low vision users to have more granular control of how things look visually. Since I'm totally blind, this is really difficult for me to speak to, as I can't really address exactly what it looks like personally. But there's been a lot of discussion around this, and it's kind of interesting. They're calling it an element of delight. Now, for us, especially those of us that are totally blind, whatever, fine. Make it look different, fine. I don't care. They call it liquid glass, is what they're calling this new feature. And apparently it's going to look this way on the iPad and the iPhone and on the Mac and all over the place. Okay. There's a new vibrant lock screen. It sort of goes along with the same principle here of making things more vibrant. It will change, the lock screen will change based on the time of day so that, the colors will change over time. It's kind of an interesting interesting feel of the device. Many of the icons for the different apps are changing. Again, not something that we probably will have too much to worry about here. Controls and things are changing a little bit visually. Really, it's a shared look across the entire system, trying to get things to look more consistent. Now, for those of you that have an iPhone 15 Pro or later, like an iPhone 16 or a 16 Pro, do we have any people who have those here? I do, but do anyone else?
Nancy does.
Nancy
Or a
does.
16E,
Okay,
not a
yeah.
Pro.
Oh, an E. Oh, that's interesting. An E. I don't think you get Apple Intelligence with the E, do you?
I don't know. I don't even know what Apple Intelligence
Let me
is.
see.
The latest SE.
Yeah, I don't think that has the right chip. I think that so Apple has these artificial intelligence features that are built into the phone
Uh-huh.
for some of the later phones or some of the higher end phones. I don't think that the SE phones will have that feature, even the iPhone 16 SE or E, I think they're just calling it now. I don't think that one has Apple Intelligence in it.
What am I missing as far as Apple Intelligence? Should I be crying?
Uh, well, I mean, it has some very interesting features with the camera. So you can do things like take a picture and have it read to you what it's seeing. You can ask about, like, give me the menu for this restaurant. You can just point the camera at the sign of the restaurant and it will give you the menu on your screen.
Okay.
Um, it's got um more artificial intelligence features in many of the different apps. So you can do some interesting things with that. Chat GPT is built into the devices with Apple Intelligence. Kind of interesting. It's got I don't know if this is going to be, I'm looking here. Yeah, this is part of
I've
Apple.
got enough vision. I can probably work around that.
Yeah, probably so. One of the cool things for those that do have these types of phones is live translation. So in the Messages app, let's say that you are communicating with someone who speaks Spanish
Uh-huh.
and they don't speak English very well. So you could type in English and it will convert it to Spanish for them, and they can type in Spanish and it will convert it to English.
But the 16E won't do that.
They won't do that. No, it requires Apple Intelligence for that feature.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, which is kind of sad, but
Motion detected at front door.
so that's kind of a cool thing. The AirPods Pro 2 are supposed to also get live translation capability as well. So which is even better, because then you could just, speak with someone standing in front of you, and if they spoke Spanish, then you would hear it in English in your headphones. If you spoke, I'm not sure how that's going to work going the opposite way. It's kind of
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
I
Thank
think you
you.
both would. I think you both would have to have AirPods Pro to make that work. But the concept here is that you could speak to people in different languages and communicate with them without, delay, right? Um, Especially if you travel and go to other countries, or there's a lot of Spanish speakers here in Tucson,
I haven't
and
been kicked out yet,
you haven't been kicked out of Tucson yet?
out of this country yet.
Not in this country yet. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, no, no. I don't. You seem to be a nice lady, so you're good.
Oh,
Okay.
keep it up. I'll listen.
Um, you can do other things like search for data across all of your apps. You can add things automatically to your calendar based on information that it sees. All of this is part of visual intelligence. Um, Again, we're going to get more capabilities with images. I'm going to kind of skip over that. Uh, okay, in communication, um, manage unwanted calls. Now, I think I can demonstrate this one. Okay, so manage unwanted calls. Now, how many of you get calls from like, do you want to buy my house? Or they want to buy your house from
Oh,
you, or
thank you. I'm glad you brought that subject up. This is
yeah.
Shirley.
Hey Shirley, what's up?
I get those a lot.
You get those a
I get
lot, do
those a
you?
lot.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me see. I think I
How
can
do we
show
manage
this.
those?
Let's see. I think I can demonstrate this. So if I unlock my phone here, and let me unlock it. There we go. And I'm going to slow down the speech for you. Okay. So everything looks the same, really. Okay. So for example, if I touch the screen, I hear settings, and it looks just like my home screen would look on your device, right? No difference really. If you want to enable this calling feature, then you have to go into settings, and then you have to find the phone app, which I think is actually under apps. Right, so I'm going to type in phone. This is another change. They changed the search. So now most of the places that you'll find search is in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
Oh, golly.
Okay, so it's going to be a little different for you to be able to find it. It's not always in the same spot though. I have found that
Wonderful.
in some, yeah, I think they've got it mainly fixed everywhere, but I think there are a couple of spots where it is in the old location. Um, but for the most part, you should be able to find that. So let's see. Okay, so here's phone, and this is a new feature. So you come in here. Okay, so you can set the default calling app, which I think you can do now, actually. Okay, audio call recording. How many of you, this is another new feature, by the way, how many of you have been on a phone call and you thought, wouldn't it be nice if I could record this phone call? Well, you can now. So when you're on a call, you can tap the record button and it will automatically record the phone call for you. And it's saved on your device. So you can go back and listen to it. And it will even generate a transcript for you of the conversation that was had. So you can read it or you can listen to it. Right. So the iPhone will now detect when you're on hold. Okay. So if you're on hold, let's say you're calling your insurance agent or you're calling whoever, and you want to be able to, do other things around the house, you can put your phone down. And guess what? When the person answers, your phone rings and you can run back to your phone, pick it up, and talk to the person. It's kind of cool. Okay, screen unknown caller. So this is the new feature.
Oh, yay.
Okay. So never, meaning don't screen my calls. You can tell it to ask the person to give you a reason for you calling or them calling you. Or you can say, if it's not a number I recognize, then simply do not ring my phone. I don't care to know about it. Okay. And then you can
Okay.
filter your you can actually filter things and look at all that. You can filter by unknown callers, calls identified as spam. And that's kind of the feature there. So there's a number of really cool things there. I think that the feature to get the transcription of the call is a Apple Intelligence feature, so you have to have those later device to be able to get that. Okay. In the Messages app, and I don't know who's available right now to test this with, so it's going to be hard to show. But in the Messages app, there have been a number of changes. The first one that's probably the most important is, wouldn't it be cool? Let's say that we're all getting together, but we haven't decided where we'd like to eat, right? This happens on occasion, doesn't it? Right? So there's now a new polling feature, just like Zoom has. So you can set up a poll and you can say, okay, let's all vote where we would like to go out to eat. And you can then set that up and, does everyone want Mexican food, Italian food, American food, Chinese food, Korean food, right? All these different places you could go and have dinner, right? And what happens is it gets sent out to the group and then you can vote and find out what people want. And so the poll is updated and you can keep track of it. And you can find out the end result and find out where you are all going to end up eating. So there's polls. It's kind of cool. Everyone in the conversation can watch the votes come in. It's kind of fun. It's kind of engaging, kind of cool. You can add a background to any conversation. So if, you want to put a funny picture or something while you're chatting with people, you can do that. Okay. There's been a number of changes in maps. So the iPhone has a map feature, and it's kind of interesting. It understands your preferred routes, so it will map you more appropriately. You can visit places in Maps now. Probably not a lot that you and I would do in the Maps app necessarily. Now, this one is cool. How many of you have access to Apple Music? Do you subscribe to Apple Music?
Yes,
Yeah, do you like it?
yes.
Yeah. One of the interesting things that Apple Music does, today at least, now this is changing in iOS 26, and you can turn this feature on or off in the music settings, is a feature called automatic mix. Okay.
Hmm.
And you know, right now when you listen to music in Apple Music, the song fades out, right? And then there's a pause until the next song starts, right?
Hmm.
And you know, it's kind of like listening to an old album. Does any of you remember records? Yeah,
Oh,
I
of
had
I
course.
records.
do.
Yeah, yeah,
I
Yes.
have a ton of them.
yeah, exactly. So right. So listening to Apple Music today is like listening to records, right? Like the song fades out, and then you hear, you know, the needle go across the record, and then your other song starts in a couple seconds, and you know, you're all good, right? But what they're going to do now is they're going to mix the next song to the beat of the current song so that they all run together. So it's kind of interesting. Sometimes they don't get it quite right. It's sort of a clever idea that your music basically doesn't stop. Um, it's cute. I don't
Cute.
know. It's one of these. Okay, whatever. You wasted time
Yeah.
doing that instead of doing other things, but it's fine. It's you know, I wouldn't write home about it. But you can but you can do other cool things with it. Um, how many of you have a passport?
A
Do you guys
real
have
I
passport?
passport,
do.
you mean?
Yeah, real passport. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you can now store your passport in your digital wallet.
Mm.
So on your phone, so you don't have to carry your passport around with you. Um, you can use it at the TSA checkpoint, in applications, and in person. So if you're needing to show your passport to somebody or whatever, then you can do that. There's a new game app. I'm not going to cover that too much here, but basically everything game related is being moved into that. Okay. Let's talk about accessibility, right? Those are things that are very important to us. And um, there's a new feature. Any of you have Braille readers?
No.
No Braille readers. Okay. Just for your information, there's a new Braille feature that sort of simulates a Braille note taker like experience. So you can do some really cool things with
Huh.
that. Um, let's see. You can now, do you guys use your phone for audio recordings at this point?
No.
I'm
Mm,
sorry, please repeat that.
yeah, do you use your phone for recording things like if you're going to a meeting or anything of that nature? Do you record with your phone?
No, I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
How do you
Well,
do that?
you do that in the Memos app, Voice Memos app. You can open the Voice Memos app, so you can tell Siri open up Voice Memos and you can start a recording. There's also another really great app called Just Press Record, which has been around for a really long time, but it's amazingly great. It's it's completely accessible, and has lots of really interesting
Huh.
features. Uh, but voice memos comes on your device, and just press record, I think, is $5 or something like that. So it's very inexpensive, very cheap. Um, let's see. But the feature that's coming here is more high quality recordings. So they're enhancing that feature so that if you do record, you'll get better quality recordings, which is kind of nice. Um, Reminders, if you have Apple Intelligence, will
Ugh.
now suggest things like remember to pick up the milk, at the store, or if you're going to a store, it will remind you to get specific things if it knows and it can figure that out. Let's see. I'm trying to find, there were more accessibility changes.
Well, Jeff, I heard they made Siri smarter
They did. And
and that you'll
and
be
they're
able to make contacts using Siri now.
Yeah, there's going to be a major overhaul of Siri coming out in the spring of next year.
Oh,
we
it's not in this
believe.
update. It's not in this
Well,
one.
there are some Siri improvements now, but there will be even more coming next year, probably in like the March, April time frame. And so you're gonna see more specific changes in there. There's been some changes in the clock. So right now, when you snooze your alarm, how many of you have set an alarm on your phone to get up in the morning?
Yeah.
Do you guys do that? Yeah. So right now, you know that
I do that.
yeah, you do that. So right now you're limited to if you tell it to snooze, right? You tap the snooze button, then it doesn't go off again for another 9 minutes, right? Isn't that correct? It goes 9 minutes and then it goes off again. Well, in the new version of iOS, it will allow you to configure the amount of snooze time
Mm.
up to 15 minutes. So if you're like me and you want that extra 15 minutes of sleep, then you can configure that so that if you do tap snooze, then you can sleep away and enjoy your comfy pillow while you're sleeping. Those are there's a lot more in here, but I wanted to at least give you the sense of what's coming. There's other changes in voiceover having to do with basic, just some slight changes in there. Except for Braille, there weren't a tremendous amount of improvements on the voiceover side, which is good because then you won't have as many things to learn about in the new iOS. Okay. If you have AirPods, they can be used to control a camera. So, for example, if you're needing to take a family picture, you can set the camera up, run back and be in the picture, and then, tap on your AirPod and it will take the picture for you so you can be in the picture. Which is kind of an interesting situation. I'm trying to see. Let's see here. I want to go. Give me 1 second because I want to pull up a list here, and I'm on my computer, and then I think we will be able to get through some of Barbara's questions here tonight too. Let's see, iOS 26. One. Do. Do. Okay, let me go over here. Okay. So iOS 26 is getting a feature called personal context awareness. It will draw on information from your messages, your emails, calendar, and applications. So for example, you could say something like, what time will my train arrive? And let's say that you bought a train ticket. I don't know that we have that many trains that we can write on here, but just an example, it will go out and look in your mail and find your train ticket and say, well, your train will arrive at 7:30 p.m. Right? So it's basically just being more aware of what is available to you. It's all done on device, so it's secure, it's private. It doesn't do anything outside of your device, so you can feel safe knowing that it's only looking at things that you know about that you've put there. Okay. You can say things like add John Smith's email address to his contact card. Well, it will be able to find the contact card for John. It will know that he has sent you an email, but your contact card may not have that email address on the contact card, and it will automatically add it for you. Okay.
Ah,
So it's kind of cool that way.
that'd be handy.
Yeah, that is kind of nice, right?
Huh.
So these Siri features I just talked about will come to even older devices. So like your SE from 2020, even your 16E will get that, you know. So you're going to be able to get a lot of those specific features. Okay, so gesture handling, command input, and Braille screen switching improvements. I know that you guys aren't Braille readers, but those are features something coming. This new Braille access feature is kind of interesting in that it's trying to mimic like what the Braille Sense is doing in other devices in some respects. So it's going to be interesting to see how students and others, sort of flock around some of these new features. Have you guys ever wondered whether or not an app was accessible before you downloaded it from the App Store?
Wondered, yes, but I didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah. So there's now a new feature, and it's starting to roll out already. They call them, I think the name is very strange. It's called App Store Nutrition Labels.
Ah,
And when I hear nutrition labels, I think of food,
yeah.
right? Right? Like, oh, good, we're going to eat something. No, it really means they're adding labels to let you know whether or not this specific app is going to be compatible with magnification or voiceover or
Hmm.
other features. So, now developers have to let you know about that, but the apps that do support these features will probably add labels. So you'll start to see many applications showing up, and you can actually tell whether or not they're accessible or not.
Oh,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. By the way, live captions for those that are deafblind will now appear in Braille. So I think they appeared in Braille before. No, I think just captions did. I think the live captions are different. Um, so yeah, so this is about, a good list of the features that are coming. There are definitely more, and you'll see more of that. Keep an eye on the internet. They should be announcing all of the features on the 9th. And if you install 2026 that following week on your devices, then in September, what we can do is we can spend quite a bit of time talking about any concerns that you may have about changes that the
Hmm.
operating system has done to your device, because some things will look a little bit different. One example again is the search field on the bottom right. You can condense the way that mail appears in the mail app, and I think that's actually gets turned on by default, so that it tries to make things a little more meaningful for you to be able to find specific things. Um, so, the phone app, by the way, has undertaken a major shift in
Oh,
what it does. And let me show you here. So in the phone app, let me unlock my phone. Look at my face, phone. It's not gonna unlock. Okay. All right, here we go. So the phone app appears in the same place. So as you have on your phone now, on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is a favorites button. These, you can think of these as tabs, but they're kind of, yeah, they're tabs. So there's recents, okay,
Yeah,
contacts, and the keypad and voicemail, okay? Now, what you can do is if you want the new design, and by the way, I think the new design, I can't remember. Does the new design come on by default? I don't think so. I think it leaves you in this mode first. But you can come up here to the top of the screen. 716 picture in picture. Use picture in picture. I'm gonna close that. Okay, so if you want to change it, let me see. Let me see here. Right. Okay. So you have to go to the Recents tab, and then there will be a filter button. This is new. I don't think filter was here before. You tap on filter, and it will say selected classic. Okay, that means that you're looking at the iPhone phone app in the way that it used to be. Okay. And then there is a mode called unified. So if I double tap on unified, now my screen looks different. Okay. So what does it look like? Okay. So we have 4 tabs now, and that's all we have. We have recents, okay, which by the way includes your favorites, contacts, keypad, and search. Those are the only 4 things that are there.
what about voicemail?
Yes, what about voicemail? Yes, exactly. So let's show you what they've done here. So if I go to the top of the screen, notification, messages, I'm gonna dismiss that. So here's calls. And if I navigate by heading, so there's calls, there's recents. Is it? It's there. So these are the calls. Here's Zoom. Oh, here's my voicemails. So there's a, so your recents are going to show your calls and your voicemail all on the same, all in the same grouping, which makes it a little challenging to use. I don't think. Right. So what you can do is you can tap on that filter button and you can specify, I want to look at calls. I want to look at my missed calls. In other words, those calls that I didn't answer the phone for. I can look at, I have 108 voicemails. See, I never deleted anything. You can look at spam. So in other words, those things that got blocked because they think the phone thought they were spam. and you can manage filtering, so you can go in there and do more fancy things with it. But by default, you're only going to see the calls and recents on your screen. If you want voicemail, then you have to come in here and switch to the voicemail view. So for me personally, first thing I did as I tried the unified, and then I went back to classic and I double tapped on it, and I never looked back.
Ha ha.
Okay, because I'm
Sounds
old
good.
school. I like the
Yep.
way that it looks now.
Yeah.
So we have our favorites, recents, contacts, right?
Yeah.
The keypad and voicemail. So for
Yeah.
me, that's what I'm used to. That's what I've been using on my phone for, oh my goodness, a very, 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 very long time. So
Yeah.
so again, this is going to be one of these things where if you're interested in taking a look at it, go right ahead. But I would encourage you to stick with the classic
Good.
phone experience. It will be interesting to see how long that lasts. I don't
Mm,
know. I think it's more of a visual thing. People like seeing everything on one screen, but for me, I like having the different tabs
yeah.
personally. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a number of new ringtones that are coming out. And in fact, there's about 6 of them, and they're fun. The other cool thing is that if you want to create a ringtone, you don't have to have special software to do that anymore. You can simply grab an MP3 file, music file, and convert it into a ringtone by putting it on your phone and telling the phone that this is now a ringtone. So it's becoming really nice to be able to expand what possibilities there are as it relates to things like ringtones. So there's all kinds of little gems out there. I'll send Barbara, she can distribute it to all of you when the video comes out. There will be a video and there's a couple of these that are really good that you could watch. There's a YouTube video where you'll be able to look at all of the features that are coming in 26, or all of them that have been released. And it's one of these situations where he takes 3 hours and he goes over every little setting and every little thing that you'd ever want to know about uh, the the phone and the features that changed. And I think someone told me there's like 300 changes or something like that, but that's including just every little thing where they've you know tweaked the color of something, or they've
Huh.
added a checkbox to something, or they renamed something, or they made it look different and slightly, right? So um not a tremendous a lot this year for voiceover improvements. Not a tremendous a lot, except for Braille. Braille got a pretty major lift there.
Mm.
But overall, it's a good release. It's faster. I think it's faster than the older iOS releases. So, if you like that, then that will be good, because generally these things get slower. So, that's a good thing that it got faster. Um, but yeah, does anyone have any other questions on iOS 26? All right, now let me pull up Barbara's list here.
I have a question that is
Yeah, go
not
right ahead.
either one of those, but I heard a rumor that Apple was going to continue to have at least have one phone available that would still have the home button on it, the thumbprint home button. Have you heard
Mhm.
anything like that?
I have not. And anybody who thinks they know, they don't know.
Okay.
Um, right? I mean, we can guess all we want. But I honestly think that we really don't know. My guess. Hold on, Ziggy, set the thermostat to 76. Ziggy, set thermostat to 76. I'm in my computer room and it's freezing in here.
Mm,
Okay. Um, uh, my guess is that you will not see any new devices with
yeah,
home buttons.
I thought it was too good to be true.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think you're gonna
I
see.
like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
like the home button.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
know.
I
too,
like
but
the home
Yeah,
button.
I know. Home button's great, right? But yeah, unfortunately, I think if I were to guess, and I have been known to be wrong, and I'm happy to be proven wrong, because that would make lots of people happy. Uh, I think that the home button is probably, you know,
going away, huh?
short-lived,
Yeah,
short-lived. Yeah, unfortunately.
okay.
Um, because there's a lot of people that need that. People don't have the ability to navigate their device as well just by touch. Getting that gesture right to either get to the notification center or to the home screen or whatever you're trying to do, right? That takes a bit of precision if you're just doing it with your finger and sliding your finger.
Yep.
So, as opposed to holding down that home button. Um, now, home buttons are kind of fragile in that they tend to wear out over time, but I think that's one of the reasons why they're probably, sort of phasing them out. Plus, I think Apple has always wanted to have, one piece of glass in your hand,
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see over time that paradigm. There's supposedly a new iPhone Air coming out, and it's supposed to be like a really, really, really super thin phone.
Hmm.
Um, I think I would rather have the phone be a little thicker
Yeah.
and have a bigger battery in it so it would last longer. That's what
Yeah.
I would like. But we don't always get what we want, right? Unfortunately. And so instead of us wishing for that, we have to carry around big battery packs to be able to accomplish the same thing. Any other questions or any general questions that you might have tonight before we move on to another topic, or because I'm happy to entertain any of your questions as well. All of you are so quiet. How about you, Barbara?
Well, I have,
Well,
um,
I thought maybe you could show him how to delete in your junk and then how to delete when it goes to trash to start with, because I've had a lot of people ask me about
Okay,
that.
so junk mail in your mail app, is that what you're referring to?
Right, right, and how
Okay.
you do it. And then what do you do? And this happens a lot. I want to save one of them. All the rest is junk, but one of them I want to save. And
Okay, I can show that. Okay.
okay, and then sometimes I forward it, and sometimes I can do the move, and it will go in the inbox, and sometimes it doesn't. So,
Okay, so we'll cover those in just a minute. Did someone else have a question? I think someone did.
I have some, this is Shirley.
Hi,
I have some
Shirley.
strange stuff that's been appearing on my phone.
Okay, what's going on?
Like there's a direct touch button at the bottom of the screen. What's
Oh,
that about?
direct touch, huh? Um,
Yeah,
when is that
I don't
appearing?
like it. It's basically on my phone all the time.
Oh, it's on your phone all the time, huh? I think that
Yeah. When
that,
I go into my email and stuff like that,
uh-huh.
that button shows up at the bottom of the screen.
I'm going to plug in a pair of headphones into my phone here so I can look without it chattering at you. But I'll unplug them as soon as I find this thing here for you. But I think, let's see. Let me get back here. Where am I going here? My wife keeps opening the front door, and so my phone's giving me giving me notifications about the door being unlocked. Okay, so no. Let's see. Open accessibility. Okay. Really, phone? Close. There we go. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go into accessibility. I'm telling you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Now, if I find this real quick, I think it's what you have enabled on your phone here. Motion.
The only trouble is I didn't enable it, at least not knowingly
Yeah,
anyway.
I think someone may have. So
Oh dear.
that's okay. I'll tell you how to fix it. Just a minute. Just give me a second here. My phone is, uh-oh. Did my phone just die? I think my phone just died. See, this is what happens when you use your
Uh-oh.
phone all day. Hold on, I'm gonna plug it into something. Hold on, I meant to do that earlier. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Okay, let's see here. Let's plug this in. Which means I'm gonna have to unplug these headphones. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna wait a minute. There is a feature on the iPhone called Direct Touch, and I believe you may have inadvertently turned on a feature that shows, yes, now the phone's booting back up, so just give it a minute. I believe that you have enabled a feature on the phone where that button always appears at the bottom of the screen. It's meant for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what it's meant to do is it's meant to allow people who have fine motor skill difficulty to be able to navigate the iPhone a little better. So, for example, my dad's in his 80s, and he has tremors in his hands. He's had them for quite a long time. And so for him, it's difficult to use a touch screen because his finger, moves,
Okay.
right? And so this would be a feature that he might want to use. I don't think he's using it yet, but he might want to use it. Would be, something that he might find interesting. Okay, so let's see. I think it's in. Here we go. I have too many things installed in this phone. Okay, settings. And I'm going to go in here. And I think we'll have time to show mail, and I think that will wrap us up after I show you this. But just one second here. Do, 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 do. There we go. Accessibility. There we go. Physical and motor. So there's things in here for touch and Face ID, switch control, voice control, eye tracking, head tracking. Okay. And you can control the speed of the side button.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to go back over here to touch. So it's called assistive touch. My guess is that you have assistive touch on. Okay. So what you need to do is go into
Okay.
accessibility settings, go open settings, open the settings icon, then go to accessibility, then go to the touch area, and then Assistive touch will be an option here that says assistive touch, and right now mine is off. My guess is that yours is on.
I think you're right, because there's also a assistive touch button on the right-hand side of the screen towards the top.
Exactly. So just go in and turn that off, and then that will go away.
Okay.
Okay, so those features will go away.
Yippee.
Okay.
You just made my day, Jeff.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's direct touch is another feature that allows you to interact with applications if they enable the feature without having to turn off VoiceOver. Mainly games use
Right.
it. You know, that's generally what that's for. Okay.
Okay.
You can control haptic touch, so you can control the amount of vibration your phone makes, and you know, all kinds of cool stuff in there. It's kind of nice. Okay,
Okay.
let's show you your junk
Thank
mail.
you.
Yeah, you bet. Of course. Okay, let's go to the mail app. I'm going to bring this up here now. Now, this is going to be a slightly different way of doing things because I'm on 26, but the principles still apply here, okay? So, when you are looking at your mail, in fact, let's open up the mail app. Open mail. And now I have the mail app open here, or at least it's coming up. And I have so many mail accounts, it takes it forever. And I think my phone is, there we go. Okay. Okay, so up here, okay, so I'm in my Jeff at jeffbishop.com email, and it, oh, I gotta fix these two accounts on my phone. So I'm gonna go back here, and this is probably what you're going to want to do as well. And if I flick forward, checking for mail, edit. So I have 35 unread messages. So I have 2 in that one, but that's not where I want to go. Okay. I'm going to keep going. And it shows all of these different accounts. Okay, so you'll see a junk folder here. And if I double tap on this, so in my junk mail, I actually have none because I kind of make sure that I don't have junk mail here. But if I did, what you would do is there would be a edit button on the screen, and you can then select the messages simply by tapping the select button. Let me see if I have an account that has junk in it, though. Let me see. I'm sure I do. Let's see. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it this way. So I'm going to show you. Let's pretend like this is the junk mail folder. It doesn't matter. The principles align the same. It doesn't really matter. So if I come up here, yep. So here's an email from the central president, right? Okay. So if I come up here, there's a select button. If I double tap on this, that turns into a cancel button. Now I can select messages. Okay, so I can double tap on it. and it tells me it's selected, see? So I have 2 messages selected. And if I want, there should be, yeah, up here up at the top, I can tap a select all button.
Yeah.
So if I tap on this, all of the messages in this folder, whether it's junk mail or not or whatever, you can select. So let's double tap this. So now everything has been selected, and Barbara said, well, how do I unselect one? Meaning I want all of them selected, but maybe 1 or 2, right? So you come back here. See, all these are selected, see? I'm just flicking. See, all of these are selected. So if I go to the top, and let's say I don't want to delete that one. So I just double tap on it and it unselects it. See? Now it just says unread, doesn't say selected anymore. And if I want another one, I simply come here and then I can double tap and that one is no longer selected, but all 110 of them that I have chosen to select are. And then you can come down here to the bottom. You can tap on the trash button. You can move them. So if you want to move them to a different folder or something like that, you can do that. Or you can mark them. So you can maybe you want to do something like select them all and make them all red, that you've read them, READ. Okay. And that's about it for that, right? Those are the features that you can do here with whatever folder, whether it's the junk mail folder or a specific folder, like in your inbox, you might want to get rid of, a bunch of messages. Okay. So I'm going to cancel this. And that same principle applies for messages as well. The same type of concept here, but I do want to show you one thing about messages here. Let's go up here.
Jeff, if you
Yeah,
were going to delete them all, then there's a button on I believe it's the lower right hand
that's right. There's a
corner
trash
that
button.
says delete, right?
Oh, it says trash now in iOS 26. So it's a little bit different, but yes, same concept, delete or trash, whichever. So I'm in the Messages app and I can tap on filter because they're moving everything to filters now, right? It used to be that you had to go back and back and back, and then you could look at different folders or different categories within your messages. Well, everything is now a filter. So if I double tap on filter, see, unknown sender 7, spam, recently deleted. So one of the questions that Barbara asked is, how do I look at something I might have recently deleted? It will keep things 30 days that you've deleted. So let's say you accidentally delete a message and you need to go back and get it. Well, you can come to recently deleted. So I'm going to double tap on this. And so that tells me that this specific message has been deleted 29 days ago, or 20, that it's available for 29 more days. Sorry. And I can flick up and down. I can delete it permanently, meaning it will get removed from the recently deleted list. You can hide alerts. You can mark it unread. You can activate it. Okay. So, hold on. Okay. Okay. Whatever. There used to be an undelete though. What happened to that? That's interesting. Here's so there's a recover all button down here. And there's a delete button as well. So you can select a bunch of messages here and you can do that. Let's see. So if you double tap and hold on a message, like if you take your finger and you double tap and hold, your phone makes that little sound, right? And then you get a pop-up menu. So you can recover, delete, preview, or dismiss. Okay. So you can delete it, that you can preview it or delete it or recover it, whichever you want to do. So that's how you actually get access to your messages that you might have recently deleted from.
Okay, but question. You
Yeah,
said you double tap twice and hold it?
you double tap and hold, just like if you're double tapping on something, but you
Okay,
just
double
don't
tap
lift your
and hold.
yeah,
Yeah.
you double tap and hold, and your phone will go do do do, and then it brings up a little screen, and you can flick back and forth to the different buttons that are on that screen. Okay.
Jeff,
Yeah,
when you're talking about, I just want to be sure I understand.
sure.
When I'm in the Messages app,
Yep.
I have to distinguish between messages and conversations.
Yeah, well, they're
And
the same thing, really.
well, except a message. I mean, it's like somebody calls it a bubble, but I mean, like one little part of a
Well,
conversation.
yes, well, conversations are threaded, meaning that if you
Yeah,
have, if let's say that you've been talking to, a friend down the street and you've been
right.
exchanging messages back and forth all day,
Uh-huh.
that will appear as one conversation.
Right.
Okay. And so if you double tap on that, it opens up the entire conversation and you can look at it
Correct.
all the way across. Okay.
So my question though is when you delete, because for me, when I delete, it deletes the whole conversation, not
That's
just
correct.
one. Yeah.
That's right.
And so I'm assuming that if you are in your deleted folder and
The
you
same
choose
principle
delete,
applies.
it's going to delete the whole conversation, not
That's
just
correct.
one. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Just wanted to be sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same
Okay.
principle applies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so the other question was in Safari.
Yeah.
I know you flick over to clear Safari to put a new thing in, but it comes up with so much stuff. Is there some way to get right to the result without going off of that stuff?
You mean to when you say result, what do you mean?
Okay, so let's go to Safari.
Okay, hold on. Let me go there. Okay.
Okay, and then you flick over twice to clear.
Now, okay, hold on one second here. Okay, so I'm gonna flick up here. So it's in my, here we go, Safari. Okay, and this will look a little different too. Okay, so I'm up at the top of my screen, which is where I keep my address bar, and I see a page menu, address bar, and a refresh button, and then it tells me a message has been blocked. That's nice. Okay, no, that's
So
because I
you
blocked a
double
message
tap
earlier.
on the address bar, and then
Yes.
you go over it twice to clear it, and then you can dictate a new address for Safari to go to.
Clear text.
Correct.
Okay. Yep. Okay. What would you like me to do now?
Okay, so let's say you want to go to Tucson Society of the Blind.org.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to type all that, but I'll pick something else.
Or dictate something. But
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me just do this. I'm going to do here. Let's just do this. I'm going to do. Okay, CNN.com. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so now it knows that I want to go to CNN. In fact, it actually shows that on the since I typed it shows that expanded. I can touch up here and double tap on that. What would you like me to do?
Okay. Every time it does it, it brings up all this stuff before you can get to the search result. Are you seeing that?
Oh, so you want to get rid of the suggestions, huh?
Well, it comes up with all this junk before you can get to the search results. I just wondered if there's some way to come up from the bottom or
Let me see
any
here.
suggestions you had.
Let me look at something here for you. Let's see here. So one second, I'm looking it up because I don't remember exactly where the setting is. Okay, so if you open up settings and you search for Safari, because that way you'll find the Safari settings really quickly, then you can turn off Safari suggestions. Okay, and that will
Oh, you can turn that off.
you can turn that off.
Okay. What else is in
You can
there?
you can turn off other things too. You can turn off favorites or frequently visited. So if you don't care about those, you can turn those off too. There's a what's called preload/hit, meaning it will try to be intelligent and you know and try to guess what you're trying to go to and show you things. You can turn that off. And this gets rid of a bunch of stuff that is not relevant or may not be relevant to you. Yeah, and so that you'll only see what you type, and then the start page that you're on will be less cluttered. So you can also customize the Safari start page. So if you bring up Safari and you haven't gone to a web page, then it shows you a default start page. Then you can highly customize that in Safari settings as well and turn off a bunch of features. So you can make it really, really, really clean. So there's almost nothing there, which is kind of nice. I like things bare bones like that. Yeah, really, really crisp and nice to use. So there you go, Barbara. You can just turn that off in your Safari settings. Does that help for you?
Okay.
Okay, what else you got?
Well, you've got the list there.
Let's see here.
I
Let's see if
never
there's
used
anything that I want to.
I think they have a new program called Voice Vista, and the only thing interesting on it was the beacon. You could set up beacons so
yeah,
that if you were at a hotel room or something,
yes.
your phone would tell you how to go there.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at your list here. Yeah, beacons are very, very cool. So you can set a beacon based on the destination that you're wanting to go to, or you can set a beacon on your current location. And then what will happen is you can then have it such that if you want, you can enable that beacon and it will play a sound, and the sound will be represented either to the left or to the right or straight ahead of you. And you'll get the impression if you walk past the beacon that it's behind you, and it just helps you sort of orient toward your target. It's pretty good. There's the beacons are kind of interesting, and as you approach the item that you set a beacon for, like I have a beacon on my house, for example, and that way I don't have to keep counting houses. I just walk, and I know that when I get there, the beacon will stop, and then I know I can turn left and walk up my driveway, right? So it's a cool feature. If you're not using Voice Vista, boy, I mean, we could do a whole 2 hours on Voice Vista. That thing is
Well, I know, but I've never used it. And
we should do that one in person. That would be a fun one to get a group out, you know,
Huh.
outside. And when it gets cooler, we should do that. We should take a
well,
Saturday and
anyway, I just thought that would be neat to set a beacon like in
yeah,
your hotel room, and then you would
beacons are
know
cool.
if you've gone too far or where.
Let's see.
I have a question about that. Could you set a beacon for a place inside a big building? Like a particular department or door or something like that?
You could, but the way that Voice Vista works is based on GPS location.
Oh,
And
okay.
so if you're inside, it probably can't see
Yeah.
the satellite position and where you are
Right. Okay.
based on where you are in space. But you can do it like you can. I mean, I've known people who have said, I'm going to set a beacon about this bench that's in the middle of the park. And it literally, they have a, a picnic bench. There's
Uh-huh.
not even a table. It's just a bench people can sit on with no back or anything. It's just a bench. It's in the middle of this park. It's weird.
Huh.
Like it's just there. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's just there. And so people have set beacons to this thing, and then they can just walk through the park. And as soon as they, get close to the thing, then the beacon stops and they know, oh, look, it's right there to my right or right there to my left
Wow.
because they heard the beacon. So yeah, it's a cool feature. You can even set multiple beacons, so you can have as many beacons as you want. So for example, let's say that you want to be able to drop what they call breadcrumbs as you're walking a
Uh-huh.
route, and then you want to reverse the route, right? You can set a beacon at each of the crossings that you make, and so you can, when you go home, you simply turn around and follow the beacons home.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. I think next time we're going to cover probably your iOS 26 questions, and we'll cover the Notes app pretty
Oh, yeah.
extensively. Notes is a really interesting app in that it's got lots of features, and we'll spend quite a bit of time. That sounds like a really good comprehensive review we
That'd be
should do
good.
on the Notes app for
Yeah.
sure. And next time we will also cover, there's a question here about how to, and I need to do some research on this one because I think they changed it. So before I tell you how, I'll come back to you next time on this about how to add a folder in your mail app. I think that's
Oh.
changed slightly. So let me just confirm that before I show you. And then either in September or October, I think it would be fun to cover Perplexity. There's some interesting features with Perplexity as it relates to accomplishing things on your behalf. So I have a Perplexity Pro account, and so we will set that up and show that to you either in September or October. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah,
Any
but you can, Jeff, you can show us what the free one will do, right?
Yes, you get the same kind of features with the free one. It's just you can do more with the Pro plan. Yep, yep, yep. We'll show both. Okay. All right. I think I think that's all I got for this week. We've been going for about an hour and a half now. Any other questions?
No,
No,
but thanks.
quiet,
This has been helpful.
all quiet on the Western Front.
It's
Okay.
been, yeah,
If any of
helpful.
you, if any of you have any questions, or would like to discuss something or have any things you're stuck on before we meet again, you can always email me or call me. I'm going to give you both. Okay. You can either email me at Jeff, Jeff, at Jeff Bishop, just my first and last name.com. So Jeff at jeffbishop.com. Or you can
I
call
don't
me.
think you want to give your phone over to,
Why not?
because it's being recorded.
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care. People can call me. I don't care. My phone number is everywhere.
All right.
It's
Okay.
everywhere. It's
It's
everywhere.
everywhere. It's everywhere. 520 205 0988. Okay. 520 205 0988. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and give me a jingle. Happy to help any of you at any time. That's why I'm here. So
Kill the recording, I guess.
so
Thank you so much,
the
Jeff.
only thing I ask
Thank you.
is that if
Thank
I'm
you.
and I'm not
Thanks,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
right away, I may have to tell you, I will have you call me back and leave a voicemail and I will get back to you. That would